Okay, so this is just a quick update on how the whole industry is going with the New South Wales Solar for Apartment Residents or SoAR rebate. So just to recap, this is $25 million of funding, which is co-funding of up to $150,000 per eligible apartment building. And they must be strata buildings, they can't be company title buildings, and it will typically apply to townhouses which have underground basement car parks. So, something we found is that townhouses which aren't built on a platform aren't class two buildings and therefore aren't eligible for the grant funding. But strata townhouses which are built on a underground car park platform are eligible for the grant funding. We've seen strata buildings from 3 lots up to about 53 lots. The limit is 55 apply for the program. We've seen strata buildings with multiple strata schemes with multiple physical buildings apply for the program. We've seen strata buildings with embedded networks apply for the program, and they've been able to get letters from their embedded network providers letting the government know that the embedded network company will pass on the full benefit of the solar systems on top of the embedded networks. We've had some issues with the solar installers getting their quotations in a good format that's easy to read for the New South Wales government. It would have been great if we'd had a quoting template from the New South Wales government at the outset of the program, the similar way to what we had for the EV charging grants program for strata buildings that was opened up in 2023, but there wasn't one. So the main challenge has been getting the solar installers to quote under three subheadings. One is base solar system. Two is enabling works, and that includes things like smart meter upgrades, meter panel upgrades, waterproofing underneath the solar system. And the third subheading is ineligible expenditure, which includes a whole raft of things that might include like renting portaloos for tradespeople if there's no tradesperson's toilet at the apartment building. Might include skip bins for taking rubbish away, can include data and communications equipment set up to get like Wi-Fi or SIM cards for inverters to put their data up into the cloud so it can be accessed by apps and websites. And so those are the sort of things that are ineligible expenditures. And it's great once the solar installers are quoting under those three different subheadings. Makes it easier to do the calculation on what the likely SoAR rebate is going to be. Another thing was we clarified early on that the calculation of the SoAR rebate, the 50% co-funding, is on the ex GST, ex STC amount of the solar system. It's not, so you don't have to take off the federal STC rebate and then calculate the SoAR rebate. It's actually more generous to the strata buildings that you're calculating the rebate on the pre-taking off the federal government STC rebate amount for the systems. Been some challenges with some BMC and community associations. For example, individual strata plans have been blocked from doing core drilling, through slabs into the basement car park, and then have had to do longer cable runs to get around that issue. There've been normal issues that we faced before with some strata buildings that have like concrete and then waterproofing, then pebble insulation on top, wanting to do ballast racking systems, and they are eligible if you do the ballast racking system, which is more expensive than the other types of racking systems. And But overall, great response. We encourage people to use our top 50 solar installers for Strata list. Just Google top 50 solar installers. Just Google top 50 solar installers for Strata list to find a Loom accredited solar installers. There have been some smaller buildings that are going for individual solar systems. If there's, say, only 5 lots, it might not make sense to do a Loom energy solar sharing. And so those might be doing 5 individual systems at those smaller buildings. But yeah, we're probably getting close to 400 applicants into the program. We also have the WhatsApp group that we set up, Electrify Strata WhatsApp group. You can find a link to that on our website. And we've got a subgroup there where people are exchanging notes on how to fill out their stage 1 and their stage 2 applications. Some people have completed stage 2, and it was good to see that the government only reduced the amount of quotes you need from 3 down to 2 for doing your stage 2 application. It was good that they also added in a few extra weeks because everyone was struggling with the timeframes before. So that's been promising. There are some strata buildings that have qualified for stage 2 and they haven't been able to get the votes to get the final project over the line, so they're dropping out of the program. Then that makes more space for other strata buildings to come in. And that's pretty much the update of what we've seen so far. So obviously, it's been a lot of work for everyone in the industry, and everyone's working long hours and on weekends to try and push these strata buildings through the grant application process. Okay, that's all for now. Chat to you later. Bye.